Welcome, ready? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Brilliant. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Guys, welcome to the finals of the NPNP League tournament. This last game is going to be between Team Chibiusa and Fate to Disaster. And joining me is going to be Red. Hello, Red. You were in the last games. How do you feel?
I feel kind of shit, but that's not something we're going to talk about today. But it's going to be a really exciting series, I think. Like, both of these teams beat us, so I'm not going to say too much about them, but like I think this is gonna be interesting. But I think Chibiusa has the upper hand in the series.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have played very consistently. Both teams have played very interestingly. And again, well, just like leaping into the bands here, both bands, well, all three bands now, they're so standard, aren't they? They've just been kind of bench line for this entire tournament for first round bands. Or Darkseer or Batrider and even Mayo now.
I don't understand why Chibiusa is banning OD every game. OD is actually easily countered mid by Razor. Imprisonment, it will take more damage. Like, it will take shitloads of damage, so it's actually really good against him. I don't really agree with that.
I just did not know that.
Yeah, and they picked up the Abaddon as they usually do. Chibiusa really likes their Abaddons.
I really like the mist effects on Abaddon, actually. Gorgeous. But like, yeah, no, Abaddon's just... I wouldn't say no fun, but you know, he's just reliable.
I think he's overrated, actually.
5 seconds
why not?
remaining.
Why do you think that?
I think he's overrated because I don't think he brings as much to the team as people think he does. He gives you a shield.
Well, I mean...
and some heals, but like... I don't think, like, it's just my own opinion. I maybe haven't seen too much of him.
Radiant team pick.
Well, you know, it's like whenever I've seen Abaddon, it just means that the carry, usually I'd see him played as a support as he should be, and in a tri-lane, and it just means that the carry is just safe. He has is it 200, 250?
200.
250 max level. Heal.
You know what?
Yeah, it's,
I thought it was
200 for a Photic Shield. So it's like, you know, those are two very supporty moves, and then his ultimate's a survive thing, like full stop. So
but he's cursed by Avernus. His passive is also really good for supporting because of the attack speed bonus and move speed bonus.
Yeah, and I mean that just means that harassing, and does that go for creeps as well? Yeah, I believe it goes for creeps.
Yeah, it goes for creeps and it goes for heroes. It's really good.
Which makes last hitting easier, just makes you slightly more survivable. So that's why I personally like Abaddon. Not only that, but his strength. If he were agility or intelligence, then you know he wouldn't necessarily have the normal strength gain, so he just wouldn't be as good a hero. Now we have neglected the other heroes here. Lifestealer banned. Treant Protector. Treant Protector fills a similar role to Abaddon in that, you know, he just prevents things from dying. Living Arm, although it has received numerous nerfs, is still a really good skill. And it just makes it really hard for Team Chibiusa to actually take towers early game and it makes the mid lane and even the off lane, and I'm assuming Weaver, so much safer. Like they don't necessarily have to bring as much regen, though they should. But it means that, you know, as long as Treant's paying attention, he can keep them alive, keep them in the game. Weaver, very standard off lane. I know, Red, you like playing him as a hard carry, don't you?
No, I actually hate playing the hero. I was so mad when we played our games last week because I had to play him every game, and like I hate his attack animation and everything. I was so mad at my captain for drafting him for me every game. Even though I got a rampage on him in my first game.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were really, really impressive at playing him. And Alchemist is just farm hero, isn't he? He's just a standard tri-lane. I can imagine him going in with Abaddon and just like, well, owning really.
But already, I think just from these 4 heroes, Chibiusa already have the upper hand because Alchemist not counters Weaver, but he's good against Weaver, and same with Abaddon is good against Treant because when Treant uses his ultimate, you can break it with the Abaddon shield on the carry, for example.
I'm just gonna need a moment. Do you mind just talking about the bans for a moment? I just need 1 moment.
Sure, no problem. So Chibiusa bans out Lifestealer, which is totally understandable because Lifestealer is actually a really big powerhouse against Alchemist due to Alchemist being a strength hero. And they ban out Bane for the counter against Alchemist, which is also really annoying. And the Fatal Disaster picks out Rubik, so they might want to go for something more team fight-ish. And they ban out Nature's Prophet because Nature's Prophet is such a good offlane hero because he can just block those camps with the treants all the time and it's so annoying. And he has the global presence with the ultimate and the teleport. So annoying.
Yeah, I mean, like, Prophet is just one of those heroes where if the opposing team picks him up, you know that all of a sudden you've got to change your strat entirely.
5
don't you?
seconds remaining.
Yeah. Well, to a degree, and he's one of those heroes where he picked up, especially early on, will shape the opponent's team's picks. Like it gives you that kind of that leeway, as it were, in that you don't want them to go a certain strat. You don't want them to go full on team fight because if they do go full on team fight, 5-manning all the time, picking a Prophet will really punish them.
Yeah, indeed. I also think that it would be an offlane Weaver, as you also said, because Weaver isn't that strong of a hard carry actually.
Well, apart from when you play him.
Yeah, sometimes, some games. But the thing is, Weaver, yeah, he can do a lot of damage with the right farm and all that, but he can also get really easily shut down as well by just like a sentry ward. And
I mean, like,
since they have the Treant Protector, I think there will be a Weaver offlane and some really like stronger carry, like maybe an Anti-Mage or something. And AA picked up.
What do you think of AA? Do you think AA might go mid?
No, I don't think AA will go mid. I think it will be a support AA, which is also really good. It's a good countering as Alchemist actually, because of the ultimate. Because because it will reduce all his healing, and he won't be able to regen with his ultimate.
Really nice, actually. That's really nice.
And he will also get 10% minus, like 10% of his max HP will be gone because of the ultimate as well.
Yeah. And the thing is, one of the things which a lot of people who don't pick AA often don't realise is that it's only a 45-second cooldown on his ultimate. And if you look at it, he's an intelligence hero. Level 1 only costs 100 mana, which is diddy. Absolutely
Radiant
tiny.
Team pick.
Yeah, I agree. It's actually really good.
And when you look at the Aghanims now, doesn't it Septuration 17 seconds?
Yeah, it's so good. But you will never get, like, when you play AA, let's say
the only way to get Scepter like in a reasonable time is just to go mid and play in like quite a
and the thing
AA.
is, like with AA, you don't want to rush the Scepter because it's good, but it's not that game changing. So you might want a mech first, and after the mech you want an Eels. If you get Eels, you will get 100% cold feet. And then you can get the Scepter if it's really needed. Like if they have maybe a Shen or something, I can agree it's really strong. But I don't see it for just countering the Alchemist. I don't see it as a valid option.
One interesting thing is perhaps an Overgrowth and Cold Feet combo and a carry.
Yeah, and it's good against Alchemist because Alchemist won't go for that early BKB because he needs the armor from AC as well. And I think he's going to go for the Shadow Blade as well, due to him actually.
It might force Alchemist to go BKB early actually.
Yeah, and if it goes BKB early, we have Weaver with the minus armor that will actually melt Alchemist in the early stages of the game.
Yeah. What do you think of Jakiro, Abaddon, Alchemist tri-lane? Can we expect them to be the tri-lane? Or do you think that they're doing something funny which I can't see?
No, Chibiusa likes to play their Abaddon as a support. I don't think it will be Alchemist mid either. But they might go aggressive tri-lane against this because they have 2 weak supports already, like 2 weak tri-lane supports. Although AA isn't that weak, since they have buffed his shilling touch so much, it's actually like 50 plus medical damage for 3 hits at level 1. It's a lot of damage, and Shadow Fiend being picked up.
That's why I was like, obviously before that Shadow Fiend pick, that's why he's an almost viable mid player, because especially when you're against, like I say, a ranged or a melee mid player. To kind of negate their aggression, all you have to do is cold feet them, pop on Chilling Touch, and all of a sudden you hit so hard. But no, that's very obvious. It's going to be a support, an Ancient Apparition after the Shadow Fiend pickup.
I don't
Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I think Failed Disaster is getting out drafted. Shadow Fiend, like if this is not a safe lane Shadow Fiend, he's not gonna have a fun time mid. Because Queen of Pain has no problem whatsoever against Shadow Fiend because she has that really good attack animation, and she has actually a really good base damage as well, and the harass with the dagger.
I mean, Shadow Fiend isn't a strength hero, so he can't necessarily eat those daggers quite as easily, or dodge them for that matter. And if you look at this, Chilling Touch on a Shadow Fiend with Necromastery and say a Treant, Shadow Fiend's going to get the last hits were he in a safe tri lane.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, it's going to be TA against. Yeah, that's a smart choice. I actually foresaw it as well. TA does not win against Quap mid though. If Quap just gets a sentry ward, Templar can't really do a lot because she will try to meld strike the shadow strikes. But if she has a sentry, she will get hit anyways, and the refraction will be gone in an instant.
Yeah.
So
what are you expecting
I'm
as
surprised. They should have picked up Puck, in my opinion. I'm actually surprised they did not pick up the Puck at all.
I suppose sometimes it just comes down to what can your heroes play best, and to be honest, that's what that TA pickup looks like.
Yeah, that's true.
What are we expecting? It's obviously going to be an off lane, unless they want to do something fancy. Viable off lanes, they banned Spiritbreaker and Clockwork. Obviously Nature's Prophet's already out, and Darkseid is out. What viable off lanes? Bounty Hunter in the end. Okay then.
That means they pick. They have 2 Invis heroes, maybe technically with a 3, and maybe 4 if Shadowfiend wants to go for the Shadow Blade, which I really hope he won't do this game. But I think they should have picked up the Clinks maybe and gone aggressive trial in instead. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think Chibiusa has the upper hand in the draft, and it's gonna be interesting to see who takes the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm very interested to see Shadowfiend in the tri lane because it's not often that I get to see that. Now, if we just be very quick here, I'm going to go through the Radiant team, just calling it out. YK on Shadowfiend, Diet Rich on Temporal Assassin, JD on Weaver, Vincenzo on Freyon, and Dumbfounded on Ancient Apparition. Do you want to go through Dire or shall I?
I can go through the Dire. We have J&T on the Jack Hero. We have Misha, stand-in Misha even, on the Queen of Pain. We have Taboo on the Abaddon, Extravagant on the Alchemist, and we have Awesome on Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, and
he's getting pulled tangos as well, and the Promise Shield.
He's got what? How many? 6 extra tangos. That's coming from Taboo, who's playing the Abaddon, and JNT, who's playing the Jakiro. Actually, Jakiro's just swapped out one of those sets of tangos for a salve. So, you know, that enabled Bounty Hunter to pick up Pullman's Shield straight away. Okay. Pullman's Shield straight away, and an Ironwood Branch. So, you know, these pauses are always a blessing when you're casting, actually. It just means that, you know, you can go through these things.
Shadowfiend also getting pulled. He's getting pulled both a tango and a healing salve.
What do you think of Queen of Pain's build? She's got Null Talisman and Healing Self.
Yeah, it's a standard build, but I'm not sure if it's the best build to go against a TA. But because TA will have so much damage from the refraction, it's gonna be really hard to actually last it anyway, even with a Null Talisman.
Yeah,
and now she won't get the fast bottle as well, which I think maybe needed against the TA as well.
That was my concern. Like that's why I wasn't entirely sure why she went Null Talisman. I mean, yeah, it does build into Dagon, which is, you know, provided you get a good start as a Queen of Pain, is a viable item. But I would have thought she would prioritise the fast bottle. She's obviously got the blink, which just means that rune control will be a lot easier for her, especially before TA gets level 6, where she can just pop down a what's it called? A trap. And get the vision, and then therefore much more, you know, kind of viable rune control. Interesting. Treyon has obviously bought so many things for other people, or just simply he's the one who's bought wards and stuff. He's only got 2 clarities.
Yeah, that's all he needs though. Like he will just spam all those living armors the whole game, making sure we will have a good time on the top lane. Weaver should. He might die. I don't think he will though on this lane.
What would you say the thing is that what's? Oh, actually, Jakiro has a haste, and obviously he's level. No, Weaver just gets out. And then they missed that. Yeah. Sentry dropped just a fraction of a second too late. Perhaps if Sentry had been on Abaddon instead of Jakiro, he could have had more of a chance of landing that Ice Path. But you know, not all's lost. Ice Path's only 12-second cooldown. But then again, the stun's not that good this early on.
No, I don't agree with the Alchemist's choice of getting the stun at level 1. It's not a lot of damage. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of damage for a level 1 spell, but it's still physical damage. And he has free farm, so if he had agreed now, he would have like been in a really good position.
Yeah.
Just free farm.
I agree. I mean, he's got about 3 last hits. That could have been an extra 6 gold, which everything tots up, especially in the early game. Last hits though, Shadowfiend obviously in the lead has let me just see, what has Ancient Apparition picked up as his first skill? Cold feet. Okay, stun. And I believe they have sentries. Yeah, sentries on Engine
Yeah,
Apparition.
sentries on both teams.
Ping's top. They know that Weaver's here. Weaver is going to get spotted out by Jakiro. Oh, and no, just Scoochie's away from that. Just as he saw that Jakiro was going to cast.
Like, yeah, Jakiro won't hit a single stun this game. He needs Alchemist to hit the stun first to be able to follow up with the Ice Path.
And it's got a half a second formation delay, and that half second's easily enough for Weaver to pop Scoochie and just run away.
Yeah, indeed.
Abaddon's actually taken quite a bit of a beating. He must have been pulling and kind of misclicked it. But you know, in fact, all of the Dire heroes. Oh, JD actually gets caught out by a Ice Path there, but obviously his enemies weren't there to kind of capitalize. Quite a lot of living armor has been popped on TA. I haven't mentioned that as much now. TA's gone a very fast bottle build and has actually found an Invis rune.
That's really good for her. She's doing really good in this mid lane actually. It's there's 5 denies though on the Queen of Pain, but
yeah,
he still gets
she's lost
the
even more
bottle.
experience from going out of lane. Like at the moment, Queen of Pain's level ahead.
But like this top lane, like he's not getting living armors from the tree, and it's so weird. And the Weaver's not playing this lane good at all because they had the sentry placed. He know where the sentry was placed as well. He should have just stayed really high up in the lane because he could have easily gotten experience, but he was level 1. He had no experience whatsoever until this replay right now.
And now Alchemist is actually level 4, taking some tower hits there at the moment. One thing we didn't mention though. Bot lane, they actually pushed to the tower, and now the tower is missing about 2/3 of its health. So Shadow Fiend's landed so many last hits at the moment. He's hitting really hard. I'm really surprised he didn't get 2 points in Necromastery. He must be really planning to be really aggressive, like perhaps hoping on a cheeky stun, or coming in from anyone, really.
But that is actually like, it's the usual build on Shadow Fiend. You don't usually go for level 2 Necromastery at level 3. It's not really required. You don't really need the damage to get the lances as well. And level 2 race gives you, since they have no killing potential on the lane really, because they have no really good stun against the Bounty Hunter, it's gonna be some good damage for him, and as well really easy assets under the tower with the races just like that.
The thing is that he's got 20 last hits, and had he actually picked up the second point in Necromastery, he could be rolling in 16 extra damage right this second. Oh, bit of aggression on the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter actually gets stunned, but obviously it only lasts titchy amount of time really.
Yeah.
Especially given how far away he'd moved. The amount of cells kind of, shows at the moment. Looks like Jakiro's trying to be aggressive. Treon, living armor and everyone at the moment. Really helpful, really helping this Weaver at the moment.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, he should really pick up the Basilisk to get some mana regen up so he can start Sukuching away when he needs to. So he won't go, and he actually did it, so it was good. Because
must have heard you.
Yeah, probably.
Weaver, level 3. He's against the level 5 Alchemist, not really capitalizing on things. And it looks like is that Queen of Pain? Queen of Pain actually no. Wow. T has actually got a double damage rune, and Queen of Pain has no regen currently. Not currently bottle crowing because the crow is going down to bot lane. Smoky Seed picked up by Jakiro, by the way. And were TA to get level 6 quickly, and Queen was to burn her blink unnecessarily, which would be a really stupid thing to do. Could be quite dangerous in the mid.
They're gonna get the bot tower now though. I think it's gonna go down. They have a siege unit and they have the living armor.
I agree, they've been so aggressive because Shadow Fiend obviously needs his last hits, and they've got living armor to kind of negate some tower damage. And this Bounty Hunter, what can he do? He hasn't really got much counter push, especially this early in the game.
It doesn't really matter. That's not like Bounty Hunter would just sit. He just wants to sit on the lane. He doesn't even want to get farm. He just wants to sit on the lane and just pick up the experience to get level 6 ASAP, and then he can just start roaming. But I'm still surprised that they didn't actually pull the Queen of Pain and his sentries to mid lane. That means TA had a great time, and that's, you see, she's actually outlaning. She has double damage and haste. She might get a kill now on the Queen of Pain.
That's the point. Or she could roam top and just decimate one of these support.
She's gonna kill Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain has no chance of surviving.
He doesn't actually go on that.
No, that's really surprising because he had a trap. She could have actually gone for it.
I agree. I don't quite understand that. Perhaps she's maybe saving it almost, you know. Though
And now she got the bottle back, so...
Yeah, now the time has been lost, and it looks like now the supports, they're just pulling, they're kind of half pseudo jungling for the Radiant team, because to be honest, Shadow Fiend's in such a position, level 5 against level 6 Bounty Hunter, but he's obviously got so much more farm. He's sitting on treads and Wraithband, and 1,000 gold. What are we expecting from Shadow Fiend? Is maybe the first item.
I'm sad to say this, but I think he's going for the Shadow Blade. And if he's going for the Shadow Blade, it's a really big mistake. I would go for drums, or maybe I use a straight B, because he needs to get some HP up, because they have they have so much damage on the Dire team. They have the Alchemist done, and they have the Queen of Pain, and of course Yakiro and Abaddon, and they have the Bounty Hunter as well. Like, they have a really good aggressive team, and if he doesn't get a Blink Dagger or BKB, like, he's gonna have a hard time to do anything this game. Mean, he needs some HP up.
Bottle crowing mid now. I mean, like, now Queen of Pain was allowed a foothold, especially after TA didn't actually chase her with the DD and haste. Now she's bottle crowing mid. She's obviously about 3/4 health, and looking good as always. Bounty Hunter actually has he been forced back?
So yeah, I think he's just running back because he got level 6 now when he got boots. I think he's just gonna start roaming, try to kill off the Weaver maybe. Since Weaver's only level 4, he doesn't have time lapse. Not gonna be a hard kill now that he can actually see, so he can hit the ice path easier with the now with the track.
Yeah, I mean, what level is Jakiro now? Jakiro, funnily enough, has picked up 1 level in each skill. I'm not a fan of picking up that one in Liquid Fire, to be honest.
Liquid Fire is good at level 1 if you want to push, because it also slows attack speed of the towers.
Does it? I wasn't aware of
that. But like, they haven't done a single point of damage to the tower, so I don't.
Yeah, you see, I was thinking more along the lines of, at the moment, what they'd like is kind of gank potential on Weaver, especially now, like you said, Bounty Hunter could effectively roam top. He hasn't got enough for a TP, but someone could buy him one. So, you know, I'm not sure about a Liquid Fire point, because I would have thought that it might be better in Ice Path for that extra 0.4 of a second of stun.
Stun, yeah, to get the Weaver down. I actually agree with that choice as well. Weaver really also getting a point of the Swarm is also really weird. It's 100 mana, and you have a 299 mana pool.
And especially looking, you're playing against an Alchemist. If you cast a Swarm on a creep wave or on all 3 heroes, that's just food for Alchemist, especially with his Greevil's Greed.
Yeah, I know it's an annoying spell to have in team fights and such. I agree, but he doesn't have any mana at all. Like, he if he casts it, he won't be able to cast time lapse. Like, if he casts it, he would have 200 mana left. He can do a time lapse and 1 Sakuchi, and he would be
Right now, it seems like Bounty Hunter actually coming around track, and then obviously he's Alchemist stun, and that's a dead Weaver. First blood, track kill, that's basically exactly what you predicted. And the track obviously made sure that the Alchemist stun would land. Weaver obviously thinking he could scooch out of there, and it just didn't work because he was tracked. And now they're taking the tower. So I suppose Belly Fires might do something if it didn't have a 20-second cooldown. But as if kind of paying things back, Radiant, pushing bottom tower. All they've got to contest them is a level 5 Abaddon.
And Queen of Pain rotating level 7, level 8, so she has the point in ult as well as the 4 points in Scream.
Yeah, she could jump in. Alright, so what? That's how much burst damage? 350, another 300, then you type. Then also some Shadow Strike.
We were actually killing off the Bounty Hunter.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So he got level 6 now.
Where's she? Who's this, sorry?
I'm talking over the Weaver.
Okay.
Weaver killed off the Bounty Hunter. I'm not really sure how that happened, because I didn't saw it.
I missed that as well.
But like, yeah. But like, I think I'm surprised that TA doesn't have more of more assets that she has. She actually controlled the lane really well against the Queen of Pain, but Queen of Pain was forced back. But still, she didn't capitalize on the advantage she had.
Alright, this is interesting. It seems like Shadow Fiend hasn't actually bought any components to Shadowblade. So perhaps your wish might be granted, but what's he going to buy? Could he get a Sacred Relic? But then
I think he's
again,
gonna go for Blink maybe.
that's a good idea. Like maybe even an E-Blade.
I still don't agree with it. I think he still should go for BKB.
Almost getting decimated. Living armor coming through. Funny enough, TA is tracked, so there's not much you can do in the way of melds. And Tread's picked up by what? And just got level 6 on Abaddon. Oh wow, they're going very aggressive on TA. Track's obviously been refreshed. Will she get away? Living armor down, that's going to keep her alive. And yeah, no, she's fine. They couldn't dive past that tier 2.
No, but now we were in a bad position.
Tower is under attack.
He should just track him. He should really track him.
Yeah, because now he can just scooch you away, and then look, he goes straight into the trees. He's going to wait for the next scooch and probably get out there.
He's not going to die. They have no sentries. They won't be able to get a track off on him. Or maybe? Oh yeah, he's fine.
But yeah, no, he's got away. Now, the bounty hunter not notice he went. And Weaver's just letting his teammates know. AA still not level 6. I would have perhaps prioritised getting him level 6, to be honest. Again, like we said in the drafting, it's such a cheap and cost-effective spell, and does quite a lot. Shadow Fiend bot lane.
He should go down.
Being aggressive. Is he going to buy a Blink Dagger?
Dire's middle tower is
No, he buys TP.
He's not going to get out.
That wasn't the bad. He only lost 200 gold.
No, he didn't buy Blink, so I think he might go for BKB actually, which I wish he did. And I think he would as well.
Because he could have bought the components so much earlier. Like, what I'm questioning is he actually going to go for that? Because he could be going for E-Blade, and that's a build I've seen before. You get loads of last hits, obviously, which Shadow Fiend's good at, and you E-Blade someone, and then you Requiem Souls right on top of them.
Yeah, but you won't. They have, like, I don't think, because they have a Queen of Pain. If he E-Blades someone, Queen of Pain is gonna burst him down in a second. He will literally die from 2 spells over. It's a weird build. I think he should really go for the BKB or drums, and the fact that he hasn't got any of them, like components yet. I don't know. Like he maybe hasn't decided yet, or maybe he's just waiting till he gets all the gold.
Yeah. But what's the benefit of waiting till you have all the gold? Because that's one thing. For instance, whenever I see, say, Purge play, so especially when he's building Aghanims, he usually waits till he has 3,000 before buying the Ogre Club with Staff of Wizardry and Blade of Alacrity. And I don't understand why he does that.
Let's see now, for example, let's say he buys the two components of BKB. Like, it's not a really good example right now because he only has 2 branches, but let's say you only have place for one of the items, and you always want one slot up for a TP. Like always having a TP is really important. And let's say if you buy Aghanims, the components to Aghanims isn't that great alone to have.
Yeah.
Like 10 plus stats won't do that much unless you pick up the strength. The Ogre Club is really good to have. Wizardry is not that insanely good, and same with the Blade of Alacrity.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I think it's because Purge obviously isn't the perfect player. And sometimes, especially when he's got 2 slots, he could have got one of them, but he doesn't even leave them in the stash. That's what I'm talking about.
You still have BKB as well. It's really good to have the BKB. I mean buyback, of course, not BKB. The buyback option as well. But like, I think Shadow Fiend is just still deciding. I'm not sure if he's going, but like if he's going for the E-Blade as you're saying, it's still a possibility, of course. But I think it's gonna be a big mistake.
One thing which we didn't mention, but which really should have, is that Alchemist, currently building Shadowblade, picked up Midas about 5 or 6 minutes ago. So his farm potentials, if it wasn't big enough, is through the roof.
Yeah, and he maxed out the greed. He and the stun. So yeah, it's actually a Shadowblade on the. Oh wow.
He went for it. And we got 2 Shadowblades picked.
Yeah. I don't. As I said, we have 4 Invis heroes now. Potentially 5, since Treant can just put the Invis on other heroes as well.
I mean, like, you know, it's not the worst pickup in that, you know, if we're Bantam's not there and they were trying to be aggressive, then obviously he will get away. But
just look at the mid lane. They have 2 sentries in the mid lane. There's no way that that the Radiant will get out in this gank off or something with the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is just gonna go in mid and he's gonna get killed. Just look at this bounty hunter right now.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill him off. Because Queen of Pain is rotating now. He's gonna die. Just track him up.
Yeah,
Probably.
well, he hasn't actually tracked. Funnily,
I don't
bounty just sat there, and now who's that? AA's actually come bot. Now AA hasn't. Shadow Fiend, funnily enough, is actually just hiding. They spotted him out. They spotted out Quap there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Quap's actually scouting with an illusion. What's Shadow Fiend doing? They think that's the real one. And then now they know it's not.
I also don't agree with the 2 points into the Ice Vortex. You get 4% extra slow for 10 more mana, and you get 5% more damage. Like, you decrease the mana resistance. I think
Radiant's bottom tower
some points
is
into
under
Chilling
attack.
Touch would have been better.
Yeah, no, I agree. Chilling Touch is like that. That was the combo that we saw as well. We thought Chilling Touch
Radiant's top
surely
tower is
because it
under
means
attack.
that the Shadow Fiend can last hit better.
Yeah, that as well.
Funnily enough, okay, no, now he's got his ulti. I saw he was level 6. I didn't see the ulti. I thought, oh. Yeah, no, level 6 on AA. Hopefully we'll get some action
Radiant's
soon.
middle
We're bringing
tower
Keeler
is
on
under attack.
Weaver. He's actually kept it on as well.
Radiant structures
Only
are
reason for that must be that he
fortified.
wants to push.
Yeah, but like there's no reason anymore since the like he can't even push. So like I don't think there won't be there's no reason really to have it on or off.
Yeah, Blink Dagger up on TA. Obviously that will just improve the survivability. But again, that survivability depends on having meld and like making sure that you won't get spotted. And one thing which we haven't mentioned is that Scream of Pain still hits even if you're invisible. So were TA to invis, like say low health like
Radiant's
TAs usually
bottom
do,
tower
all you
is
have to do is
Radiant's
have a Quap
bottom
there
tower has
other than a
fallen.
bounty hunter and Scream of Pain, then you'll have that 300 damage nuke. Going down the
Yeah.
line. So I mean, like I agree with your first statement, Gus. It does look that face value, Fate of Disaster being outdrafted.
Yeah, and it's also like if you look at the XP graph and you look at the gold graph, like everything is going to Chibiusa's way.
Yeah, and I mean this is what we've seen in games before, like especially when it looks like it's even, or like kills are roughly even. Chibiusa, especially like mid-late game, have a 20,000 XP and 20,000 gold lead, and that's simply because they're very reliable, very dependable farmers.
I think it's most because they really like to draft their Alchemist. The Alchemist gives a lot of gold advantage, and but the thing is, the gold advantage doesn't really matter that much if you have actually that good of a hero. Like he's not the best late game carry in the game or something like that. Like he can easily get out carried. So the thing is that makes him a good carry is that he has items before everyone else. So
Yeah.
the item, like the gold advantage, isn't really that big. But although the XP advantage is because of the kills, and that's why Chibiusa will probably win this game as well. And look, like if you just look at the top lane, he's starting.
Yeah,
He's going
I'm
full
watching
farm
him.
build, except for the Shadow
And,
Blade survivability.
But there's the frostbitten effect coming in now. Alchemist, although he does have 31 heal per second, wasn't actually getting it then. And it just looks like he's going to get that top tower for free. Although there does look like there's going to be some action mid lane. Magpie and Ice. Oh, Overgrowth put down as well. But so what happened there? What did you say?
I'm so
And now-
surprised that Chibiusa doesn't have a single sentry put. Like they have 2 sentries on Yakiro. He didn't place a single one. It's so weird. If he just would have placed one sentry ward, they could have easily disrupted the Shadow Fiend ult, and it wouldn't have been. a
Wow,
problem.
you
But his
missed
buyback
that there.
would have
Abaddon actually committed suicide with missed coil there against
No, I saw it.
Weaver.
I saw it.
And it looks like Shadow Fiend overextending there, and TA in the end probably come out this the best.
Pop died 2 times in that fight.
Oh wow, double stun. And obviously track up on followed up with Ice Part. Will Weaver get out? Weaver's actually not got his ult, and I'm sorry, I'm not on form today.
I know how you feel. Well, anyways, like if it's still like such a misplay. Yakira has 2 sentry wards. They should have known by this time that the Shadow Fiend has a Shadow Blade. If they would have just dropped a sentry, like I don't know, can you see my pings?
Yep. Like,
yeah, if they would have just dropped the sentry here, they would have easily gotten the they could have just disrupted his ultimate, and the fight would have been totally theirs to win.
I agree, and another misplay is the fact that they're letting that tower heal. Like, especially.
And I still don't agree with the. He only has 1 point in Ice Path against the high mobility team, which is also really weird.
One thing which they're doing, which they did last time, is they're stacking these ancients. If you come have a look here, they did that in one of the other games, and I think it was actually against you. And I think it was either with a gyro or an alchemist. They just gave all that farm over to an alchemist, and that basically gave him an AC.
It's actually fun. One of my support players, Mumbledore. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but he has done something really. He has a strat, so he can stack the ancient five times at level 1 without going back to base. I'm afraid I can't explain how he does it. I don't want to spoil the fun. Anyways, Failed Disaster is lucky that they're still in this game. It's Chibiusa that's doing the mistakes. It's not Failed Disaster that's playing good.
Enough, they've got a bit of a wraparound going on. They've got a Quap with an Invis rune and Bounty Hunter just kind of, in the jungle, like in the middle of the lane. They're trying to pick off the Shadow Fiend. Yeah, they will definitely get that. But
and then we waste well. There's no way they're going to die.
No, they will get away with it. The only person who's in a bit of a risk is Quap. But obviously it seems like Team GB, they're putting things off. I've got such short cooldown, and I hate these team fights, they're so messy. It's just because there's so many spells pop. But Overgrowth, I always forget how short that cooldown is. 70 seconds is just tiny. But
again, this Alchemist is so unimpactful. It's sad to see actually.
It looks like Abaddon's dead.
He's gonna deny himself again. It's so easy to deny himself with that spell. It's like it's 125 true damage. Like it's so easy to just get out of there. But I'm not understanding what Chibiusa is doing. They're almost throwing the game.
I don't know. I don't. Jakiro dedicated stacking here. I think they're getting a bit complacent in the fact that they know that their alchemist is going to get that entire stack, and they know, he just manages it, and they know that when that comes along, he's just going to be, he won't be able to stand against him. I mean, again, you have first-hand experience of this when in games like this, playing against Team Chibiusa, when they just go for a super farmed alchemist. Like, how would you, like in hindsight, how would you have countered that?
Radiant's bottom tower
well, the thing is, Faithless also has 3 cores, which is really good against the. Like they have 3 core heroes that can actually semi-carry the game, which is might be the fault of this alchemist, because they can't rely on this alchemist to win the game. It's like he should really go take this like now, and like I think he will go after he gets his AC. He will go get the stack and he will get his BKB up instantly. But like then they should have to go, because if they keep doing this, they're not gonna win the game. There's no way.
I mean, it also kind of depends on the farm of the opposing team, and the only person whose farms, kind of... Alchemist obviously has the most farm, but he's Alchemist. He's got the farming skills. I'm really impressed with Shadow Demon and Shadow Fiend at the moment. Not in his picks for items, but more the fact that, he's doing well in farm. Okay, fight mid. Quap actually just pisses right off, and where's the Alchemist?
He's still farming. He's gonna probably keep it to tier 2 bot now. And just get the stack after he kills the.
That was where Quap just burns ulti and well, basically everything she can to kill off the Treant. Treant's quite an okay hero to put behind. It delays his blink dagger. It means that he can't get those core supporty items. It means that there's more reliance put on Ancient Apparition. And obviously his skills scale quite well with levels. So killing Treant was worth it. Worth burning the ulti.
Yeah.
And two core Invis heroes, both tracked. It just gives Team Chibiusa more maneuverability, really.
Oh, he's actually going for it. No, that would have been so stupid. I'm happy he cancelled the ultimate. Like if he would have gone for the Alchemist, he would have been so bad. Because he had Shadow Demon cooldown, so Alchemist would have stunned him up and killed him in an instant.
Yeah. Ancient Apparition's ulti dropped down on Jakiro. Gets a kill on Jakiro. I'm not liking Shadow Fiend's positioning at the moment. He doesn't really seem to be achieving much. Funnily enough, Abaddon Well, he stuck around. He's still got his ultimate, and I mean, yeah, no, that's exactly what happens. Someone blinked in, triggered his ultimate, and then I was down. And will TA get that? That's interesting. Oh, stun down. That looks like that.
She's dead.
No, she's dead. I wonder where that huge damage burst came from. Was that Queen of Pain? Was that Alchemist?
It was both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay. It was just timing. It wasn't the fact that someone had like a crit or something. Bounty Hunter going BKB first. What do you think of that?
What did you say?
Bounty Hunter's going BKB first. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it's quite legit. He's gonna need the BKB to break the overgrowth. That's for one, and to not be affected by the ice blast and the cold feet, since he needs to be on target. And it's also good for not getting Sakuchi'd, and you like it's a lot of magic damage from. But it's also from the Shadow Fiend as well. It's okay pickup, but I don't understand. I would have gone for drums first to get the boost overall to the team, or maybe of lads.
Gold graph around just over 10k in the lead for Team Chibiusa, and it looks like they're just about to take these stacks. So just over 10k. Alchemist is currently sitting on 2100. Let's see how much he gets from this. I'm just gonna stick around and watch really. And obviously they have the Abaddon, they have Mist Coil, they have Aphotic Shield. It's just gonna make his life easier. That's a 2100. I'm expecting to see an Abyssal Blade from this. What do you think? Or maybe Life Steal?
I think the BKB is the right choice to go.
Well, the thing is, the way how I've seen them play, it just seems like they want to go all-out kind of offensive prowess with it. Which, to be honest, I can't understand.
He needs the BKB to be offensive against his team.
I said what that was 1900 gold. 1900 gold in about 30 seconds is pretty scary.
It's ridiculous, and I'm actually really surprised because I researched Chibiusa before we played, but they hadn't done the stacking strat before that. But that failed disaster hasn't checked the stacking strat. Yeah, makes me almost a bit sad that we're not in the finals.
Yeah, no, I mean, I said before, your team were very, very good. And though, to be honest, Fated Disaster, they're not to be underestimated. They have, although they're at a deficit at the moment, they have played very well so far, especially, again, this Shadow Fiend. I agree with you, it makes me sad as well that he picked up the Shadow Blade first. He has got BKB now, but, perhaps a different item would have been better. Like, what do you think of Desolator on Shadow Fiend?
Yeah, Desolator is really good, even more against Alchemist, because Alchemist is such a low armor hero. So that's why whenever I play a carry against Alchemist, I always get Medallion or Desolator.
Alright, he's currently just picked up Boots of Travel.
Yeah, he's actually
Basher.
going for the Basher. He's not going for the BKB, which actually also makes me.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, getting sad for everything right now. I feel like.
Damn, bro, I'm here for you. But no, I think
I'm wondering. There's a Ring of Legion on the bounty. I'm not really sure what he's going to buy with.
But it's that 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's maybe going for the lads now.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
In mid there's a fight. There's
Butting ahead to mid and Shadow Fiend over half his health on double stun, and that's I really.
Yeah, you see, this is the thing about Alchemist.
You see that's
Alchemist has.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing about Alchemist. He just gets the items before everyone else, and then he just crushes you with the amount of ridiculous damage he has. But that's only because he has more 3 downs.
I mean, at the moment, I don't know what Fatal Disaster can do against that. They play that Alchemist, by day I mean Team Chibiusa, they play that Alchemist so greedily, but their team, they know how to play it, as it were. They know that if they're going to let this hero play so greedily, they've got to make him space. They've got to keep wards up, which to be honest, wards haven't been that good this game. They've been consistent, but they haven't been, kind of the overarching huge ones which we sometimes see. Which, when you... Sorry?
Never mind. Never mind. I'm just seeing the bottom lane. The Quap is just standing in the... She's almost dying to the Weaver and the Ancient Apparition. But she's gonna survive.
Yeah, she almost got,
sniped by the ultimate.
Just drop his hand of minus. Yeah, no, she almost got hit by,
She's gonna be a really fast roll. She's gonna be down in a second. He's gonna be permanent.
Had he just given his Midas to someone, or has he sold it? You know, he sold his Midas, bought Abyssal Blade, and now he's got Aegis. To be honest, the only thing they can do now is get Mjolnir.
Call GG.
Yeah, and just finish it. I mean, alright, let's pretend that this game went on very, very late. What would you do to have a 6-slotted Alchemist? Like, this is assuming you don't have Aegis. And, like, at the moment you have Mjolnir, Abyssal, Assault Cuirass, Boots of Travel. Would you sell the Shadowblade? Or would you kind of value that getaway?
Maelstrom. I will sell the Maelstrom and get a BKB. The Maelstrom is not that good.
Why not sell, keep the Maelstrom, get a Mjolnir for the extra attack speed and farm, almost, and sell the Shadowblade and get BKB?
No, I wouldn't do that. Because the fact that he has a Shadowblade makes him having to get sentries just to shut him down. Which is really good because the supports are already behind so much. Like the AA, like the boss of the supports are level 8. They have nothing. They have brown boots. They aren't even close to a mech.
Yeah,
they have like a ward and a smoke.
They have a ward.
Yeah, they have a ward. That's like what they have on the supports. They have a 1 and a ward and an urn. I like.
I have to admit, the things which I think Alchemist lacks though is definitely lifesteal and definitely a bit more bulk. Like, you know,
you don't need, but that's what your ultimate does. And since AA isn't hitting, like that's why he should get a BKB. If he gets a BKB, he won't get hit by that Ancient Passion ult. So he can just, and he can even just dispel it with the BKB. So he will be tanked with his ultimate.
I suppose their picks cover that as well. Yeah, like you said, the bonus health from the ultimate is 750, which is huge. And also you have an Abaddon. Well. You have an Abaddon there. You see, had he had BKB, he would have been able to continue wailing on that tower.
But he could have kept waiting on tower as well because Abaddon can just break the cold feet stun with the shield, but he didn't.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. This is why we have you.
Stuns. Yeah, I guess that's why you have me here. Yeah, but now the tower's gonna be gone. Like, yeah, he's going back. He has Aegis. He should just get this. Yeah, you see, like there's no way in hell that this Shadow grab that. Like he gets all it doesn't do anything.
I don't know why he didn't stun the Shadow Fiend like mid ulti. And GG is cool.
If Phaedos also wants to win this rares, they have to check something.
Yeah, but it's like you said, to really approach this right, you have to do your research. And were Fatal Disaster have seen that stacking game that your team lost against, perhaps they would have noticed the kind of the correlation the Abaddon and the Alchemist pick up.